Hello, students. It's great to be with you again. As we speak, I'm recovering from a procedure, and no, they couldn't fix this at all. No, it wasn't that. I apparently have a pair of bulging discs and bone spares in the bottom of the spine and the neck area. And so I had to get some epidural injections, and I'm still recovering as we speak. But I want to thank you for the get well wishes, and still wanted to share this short philosophy appetizer with you. And this one comes again from a book I read before, Becoming Dr. Q, the story of Dr. Alfredo Quiñones, who is one of the most prominent neurosurgeons in America, came to the U.S. as an immigrant and went on to become a real great personality. And before we read today's little portion here, I want you to do a little mental exercise with me, okay? I want you to think about a person that you would consider to be, let's say, your best friend or one of your best friends. I don't want somebody to find out that you chose somebody else and not them later on. So let's say just one of your best friends. Just think about one person. And I want you for a few moments to think, why is that person such a great friend? Why do I consider that person one of my best friends? Okay, I'm going to give a few seconds. If you want to pause the video, wait, let me put a nice face so it doesn't look creepy when you pause it. Okay, welcome back. So let me read from this portion of the book here. This is now when Dr. Quinones has already done his, he's done his MD, and he's doing research with a professor named Ed Kravitz. And he talks very fondly of this professor. Let's see what he says. He says, Ed Kravitz was passion and energy personified. A survivor of gastrointestinal cancer that had thankfully been resolved with surgery, he started every day with a game of tennis at Harvard Square. He celebrated life with the same rigor he brought to his work. As a mentor, he did so much for me personally and was a hero for showing that everything worth doing was achieved with effort and tremendous perseverance. Now, we've talked about that before in a previous philosophy appetizer, but let's check into this one here. It says, Dr. Kravitz also gave me a crash course in the truth of the saying that there is a thin line between a mentor and a tormentor. One day, excited about lab research I was doing, I brought him an abstract for a short scientific paper I wanted to write. I was proud to be ahead of my peers in seeking publication, and I had been thorough in my preparation. Or so I thought. When Dr. Kravitz handed me back the abstract with red lines slashing it to bits, I was stunned. Don't worry, Alfredo, he tried to reassure me. There's still some work to do. This isn't a bad start. I nodded stoically, trying not to show that my stomach had just turned upside down in shock. Dr. Kravitz looked back at me with an equally stoic expression. You may be disappointed today because you think you've failed. And before I could answer, he continued, but if you don't keep trying, you will be doomed. His tone then changed as he let me know that he would be a hands-on advisor and guide the paper step by step. But what I had turned in, he reiterated, wasn't close to what it should be. Not an easy pill to swallow, but I persevered through many drafts and was much happier with the short paper that emerged, my first publication. In the process, Ed Kravitz taught me not to take criticism personally, but rather to appreciate the underlying value, even when feedback wasn't what I wanted to hear. He wasn't picking apart my paper to decrease my confidence. No, only to strengthen and prepare me for the competitive world of scientific research. A very interesting story, one that perhaps it resonates with me from my experiences in research when I was doing my PhD. But I want you to go back to that question that I asked you at first. What makes this person a great friend? And of course, we become great friends with people that sometimes we meet totally accidentally. Well, we happen to be taking the same class together, or maybe even, being at the same bus stop at the same time, or perhaps we grew up together in the same neighborhood. Whatever the cause is, ultimately, people stay as our friends for several reasons. And I want you to ask you why. Who do you surround yourself with? See, because many times we pick as friends people that make us feel good, people with whom we have a great rapport and we get along with, we don't have problems with them, that kind of thing. And I wonder, based on this story here, do you surround yourself with the critics? Are you willing to pick as friends people who will not tell you what you want to hear, not show you what you like to see about yourself, but tell you what you need to hear and show you what you need to see about yourself? Why? Because they are interested in you becoming a better person. I want to encourage you to think about that. I want to encourage you to surround yourself with people that not only make you feel good about yourself, but who are willing to confront you and call you out when things need to change. Because ultimately, those are the people that enrich our lives and make us into better people. Thank you so much. Hope you enjoyed that. Let's go on.